Hello and welcome back to Technological Heritage. What I have here today is something that I don't think has ever been documented, at least on YouTube here. If a box fan, or if brutalism could be summed up in box fan form, I think this would be it right here. This is, I think, a either late 50s or more likely early 60s Westinghouse Deluxe. See on the tag right there. Westinghouse Deluxe 3-speed electrically reversible box fan with the thermostat. Now I'll pop this open here. We can get a look at the model tag. Hopefully there's enough light so it can be seen. And we'll try to zoom in on that there. Pause your video. That's the model tag. I do have it plugged in. I will run it up for a little bit, not super long though. This has the hex motor. I think they use these in their mobile airs. Now I'm not sure when they started using this motor. If anyone knows, be sure to speak up in the comments. It does have the vinyl wiring though. It doesn't have the cloth conductors like some of the older ones do. And if we move around to this side here, well, first off, you can see how the guard juts out because this blade set is so massive. Got a big cast aluminum blade hub and 3 wings. I think they're either steel or aluminum. I'm not quite sure. I should have already tested out the magnet beforehand. And it has 4 individual plastic grills. As you can see, that one came out, and these all come off. I'll do this one here. I should also add that motor is a PSC motor, which I think all of these are. It could be wrong, but yeah, it is electrically reversible, which, as far as I know, the mobile airs were not. You can see they're directional louvers, each one of these, so you can unscrew them and put them at whatever angle or whatever direction you want the air to be blown, and it will do that. And here's a better look at the motor. I don't think there's a tag anywhere on the motor itself. Last time I looked. No, I don't think there is. I think these use aluminum windings from what I heard, so that's a little iffy. This whole thing needs a whole rewire if I ever want to actually use it, like on the regular, which that would be cool, but these grills and also, once again, all the wiring and all that needs to be redone, so I'm not sure. But yeah, I guess without further ado, I'll spool it up. Well, actually, this label is also interesting. If you just, and it was like this when I got it. Look at that. But there's either 2 labels, or this is like a double laminated thing. It's rather interesting. It also has a vinyl strap handle, which is in perfectly good shape. It's still fine. It doesn't have any metal reinforcing molded into it. It's just a big slab of vinyl, and it looks like you could put your window sash down on top of this, and this would hold it in place, which is actually pretty smart. I don't think I've seen any other box fan that does that. This also has 6 feet. Now, I don't know if this is original or not. This very well could be aftermarket, but you have those 2 there. And then you have these 2 long rubber bars and then another 2 feet there. I have a feeling those little furniture mover thingies are not original, but these feet most likely are. And they are held in with, try to get that in frame, 2 screws. Okay, now I'll get it fired up here. It actually is already on exhaust high. So we'll engage the thermostat. It's hooked up to a kilowatt. This thing takes its sweet time spooling up. Um, there's really no motor noise to speak of either. Very heavy blade. Back up here. I'm doing this on the ground because I currently don't have a table that would be able to support that thing's weight. So there's high, still spooling up a little bit. I'd say that's just about on high. It's actually causing me a pen crest to freewheel. I don't have one of those fancy schmancy airflow testers to actually demonstrate that, but that freewheeling I think shows good enough. Knock it down to low. Back up again. And technically this is my first penthouse control box fan. See, even on low it's a lot quieter. Even on high this thing's pretty quiet. But yeah, it's technically penthouse control, which I didn't really think about that until after I got it. In fact, I saved this from my local restore scrap pile of all things. Bought it for scrap metal price, I think it was 50 cents. Knock it down to low. Nice and quiet. Still moving a really nice breeze. That's more than adequate as far as airflow goes. This is a really good performer. No surprise, it is a Westinghouse. They really knew what they were doing when it came to this stuff. Pretty innovative for its time. Put it to low or off. I'll let it coast down, and I will put it on intake for a short bit as well. Obviously it's going to take forever to spool down. People are going to scream at me for doing this, but it's not going to harm the motor for just a short bit. I'm going to flip it into reverse right now, and there we go. That's on intake. And there's probably going to be some wind noise, so I will try to kind of move off to the side here. And that's just the plastic rattling. It's in, actually I'd say perfect balance. Yeah, definitely more wind noise with the plastic air director grills, that's no surprise. A little bit more restrictive. Down to medium. And I will say I did put a new cap in this. I'm not running the original oil cap. It's a 3 microfarad if I remember correctly, and it was even a little more sluggish with the original cap. Interestingly enough, I think this cap has even drifted a little bit since I put it in. There's just one I have in there for quick demonstrations like this. And there's low. Obviously, I'm sure you noticed too, it has the Venturi ring. I'll whip it back up to high and put the camera in the Airstream for just a short bit to demonstrate. So volume warming, obviously. And then we'll do a spin down from high, and we'll call it there with the video. So yeah, it is throwing a considerable amount of air, and it's doing so at a very acceptable noise level. And it is indeed directing the air up, which is what I have these two vents doing. In fact, I have all 4 of these aimed up, So yes, it is indeed pushing the air up like it should. Now, shut it off, do a little coast down. But yeah, this is certainly an interesting fan. I've looked around online. I think I saw one that was sort of similar to this. A coast down may not be that long. It's pretty cold, so the bearings might be a little stiff. I mean, I saw one sort of similar to this, but the control panel was flipped around. It had all metal grills and it had a different motor. The panel itself looked different, and I think it was painted a different color as well. So, and there we go. That's the spin down. So yeah, it's cold. But yeah, I think that should just about do it for this video. Hope you all enjoyed and found this interesting. This certainly is, I'd consider the crown jewel of my box fan collection. This thing is very unique, and I figured I'd share it with all y'all. Because, well, information like this needs to be out there, and there's nothing about it online, so there you go. So that being said, hope you enjoyed, thanks for watching, and stay tuned till the next one. Peace.